Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your general read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For the supportive Oracle cards, Energy Oracle cards by Sandra Ann Taylor. Already shuffled. Let's go ahead. Sagittarius. Okay. This is off a little bit over here. This is very curious. I feel like that's how it's going. Okay. Nine of Pentacles at the bottom. This is somebody who's usually enjoying life, enjoying what they've cultivated. There's a lot of stability here. This is somebody who's earned where they are in life and are enjoying it appropriately. Like, you know, they've done a lot, and there's no reason they shouldn't enjoy that, and they are. Goddess of the Moon. Okay, so when I get the Goddess of the Moon, to me that's very, like, you know, to me it's a little karmic in this situation. Kind of like you've put a lot out there, you've done a lot. So it's coming back to you now. And this is just one of those things saying, you know, you're being blessed with what you've put out there. Okay, that seems good. Let's see where this goes. Because that seems like that's where you're starting. You're starting in this good moment. It feels like it's starting fairly well. I'm even getting the Six of Wands is where you're starting off. The Six of Wands is a victory card. Getting, you know, this is how it's actually happening in the environment. You're doing well. Everything's doing well. Everybody's happy. It seems like a very good moment. And then the moment seems to go a little differently. What I'm getting is, I'm noticing a couple cards. Like on your side, I feel like you're aware of something taking place. And you're seeing that this moment is about to move forward or about to come to an end. You've got the Ten of Swords with the action. These are both on your side. You're taking steps to take care of something, and I feel like you see where things are going. You clearly are aware of where things... Is that right or no? Clearly, or is there like... Not clearly, so I shouldn't say clearly. But you're very upset because you're like, this is not going to hold. It's kind of like something's about to change. And you feel convinced that you're not exactly sure how it's going to fall apart, but something's about to fall apart. Alright, so that's why we wouldn't say clearly. And you got the action card here. It's like you're rushing in to try to fix it, is what I'm getting. But you're like... This is gonna fall apart. It's not gonna make it. You're doing what you can to hold it together, but you know that's gonna be a temporary solution. Other people seem to be enjoying things and not connecting with it. Either they're not helping you or not seeing it or trying to stay away from it. I feel people shielding themselves from it with this Queen of Cups. I don't feel them getting involved. I feel them kind of away from the situation. And you might be choosing to keep people away from the situation at this time because it doesn't serve the purpose. But I feel other people not connecting with what's really happening and not really investing or realizing what's about to happen. And I feel like people don't want to. Is that the Four of Swords? I feel like they're holding away. They want to stay away from it. They don't want to be a part of it. Because of this... I see, like, what's actually happening is, like, they're trying to elongate what's this good time. The Sun card is, like, people are trying to keep it from ending. You seem to be dealing with it, but the situation itself is going really well still, but I feel like because you're the one keeping it together. Is that right? I feel like people are just hoping you'll take care of it. This Sun card is telling me that at this point, you are able to do that, but you know better. You know this can't stay this way. And I feel like you're trying to get people to help you at this point too, and people are saying, I just feel like people are trying to avoid it. I'm kind of like, I'm trying to be sure with the Sun card because it's a beautiful day. It's a good card, but the way it feels, you're enjoying people, you're enjoying time with these people, but it's kind of like it's about to fall. So you're enjoying it for what it is, and you are enjoying this situation, but you're knowing this is not going to stay. This is not going to work. I'm getting the Five of Swords with the financial restraints. Like people, this is what's going on in the environment next. It starts going forward and it starts hitting this Eight of Swords moment. That sunny day has now, it's got a lot of clouds and it's threatening some really nasty winds. Well, nasty storms. That's probably the way I should say that. And it's kind of like it's coming in and you knew it was coming. And you're like, I told you, I saw it on the weather. It was coming. I told you it was coming. And people are like, no. And they're realizing, they're seeing it like they're powerless to do anything. The financial constraints with the Five of Swords is like, they're just kind of like, well, we're just going to have to like wait for it to pass. But I see you kind of up on the other side here with the Shadow Side card. If I can pick it up, which maybe I can't for whatever reason. You're kind of like, no, I don't think we should just hang out and like wait for it to pass. We need to pack stuff up and get out of here. We need to pack stuff up and get out of here. We don't need to wait around and see what happens and just wait for it to pass. I don't think that's a good idea. We need to move on. We need to get moving. I feel like you win. You get people to do what needs to be done. This is very curious, but you get the Two of Cups. People are looking to you for direction. And things are being handled appropriately at this point. You're kind of like, no, we got to pick it up. We got to get out of here. No, we can't wait for it to just pass. We got to get out of the way. We got to get out of the way. We're going to get run down. It's not about picking up what's left over. It's like we're going to get smushed ourselves, and we're going to have to be picking up ourselves. No, we got to get out of here. We got to go. People are listening to you. People are going forward with the way you're saying things are going. I feel like people are very upset about this. At the same time, they're very disappointed, very heartbroken with the Three of Swords. They don't want to. They feel like they have to. You're making your point. They're agreeing with you. They're going forward. They're leaving. They're doing what you're saying they need to do. All right, so we're continuing forward. This is a weird situation up here because it goes left and right, back and forth. I feel like after it's all said and done, it wasn't as bad as you were afraid of. And I feel like when you're looking back, you're like, well, it looked really bad to me. All the signs were there. It looked like we were going to get wiped out. And I feel like where you're actually standing also is kind of like, you know what? It's better to be safe than sorry. So people may not agree that that was the best way to handle things, but everybody's safe. If it did go as bad as it looked like it was going to, all the signs were there, that could have been a really devastating moment. But, I helped move this forward. Granted, looking back, it wasn't as necessary to move out, to get out, but we did. And we're still around. It's fine. Excuse me. That Nine of Swords is telling me, especially with the Magician in the Mirror, it's like you're looking back kind of like, well, all right, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought. I was sure this was going to go really bad. It didn't. All right, truth's true. I mean, there's some bad things. Some things did go a little south, but not as nearly as bad as I thought it was. And I feel like you're looking at it at this point kind of like, you know what? I'm glad it didn't go that bad. I didn't want things to be devastated. I did not want that. I honestly thought it was going to happen, but I'm happy that it didn't. Okay. Yeah, it didn't turn out as bad as I thought, but I'm glad it didn't. Fine. Now, I'm getting here, like, you seem to be in question after this, which I don't think is fair, but I don't know. It seems like you tried to do the best you could. And you got the Two of Pentacles here, like people are bringing things towards you saying, well, you got a little out of control or this or that, or you made me worry too much. And I feel like you're trying to balance it. You're trying to catch all these accusations, I almost feel. And you're just kind of like, well, I mean, I did my best, and this is why. And you're explaining, like, I saw all these signs coming forward, and this is what was coming forward. And normally this would be really bad. This is why I said we should do this. I'm getting the woman holding a coin with the Ace of Wands in the environment. Like, people are kind of like, well, this does feel a little rude. We'll take it from here. I feel like people are giving you a hard time. The thing is, I think the evidence was all there. It's just that it just went better than expected. It could have easily went south, but it didn't. It didn't go as bad as you thought. And I feel like people are telling you, well, you know what, we'll handle it from here. I just feel like this is a little rude. Because it's not like you purposely went a little overboard. You really did believe that. You have reasons you could show why you thought that. I just feel other people kind of taking the control and kind of like, you know, we'll take the... I feel like that, especially the women holding a coin, somebody taking this control, especially with the Ace of Wands with it, the two of these together, somebody taking the control and like, we'll handle it from here. We'll make the decisions from here. And literally going forward with that, with the Chariot and the Queen of Wands, somebody else is taking control from you. When this first happens, I feel like you kind of just go with it. You got the Six of Pentacles, kind of like you're kind of stuck. You're kind of like, well, all right, fine. And I also feel like you're a little bit aggravated with it, to be fair. So you're like, fine. You want to make the decisions? Make the decisions. Knock your socks off. But I see like it is bothering you. Because now you're second guessing things. You get indecision with the Five of Wands. And I just feel like this is not right. I just feel like the way this is being pushed at you is if you made some frivolous decision and you were just out of control. I don't think that's right. I don't think that's fair. But I feel like that's how it's getting pushed at you. And it's making you question what you want to go forward next. And you're feeling conflicted. And you're having a hard time moving forward from this point. And I almost feel like this is almost like a control game from somebody else. Because where this is ending is the Four of Pentacles. I feel like you have to get your stability back. You made a decision. You pushed forward what you thought was going to happen, and you had reasons for that. It went better than expected, and that's a great thing. But I feel like the way somebody's holding this over you, they're making you question all the decisions you're making now. They're like really messing with your confidence. I don't feel like that's valid. I don't feel like that's what should be happening. I feel like somebody's really over-dramatizing this. There we go. Over-dramatizing the situation and making you doubt yourself. And they're saying you need to get your stability back. At the end of this, life happens. You tried to get things, you tried to secure things, you made the best decision possible. You cared about the situation, so you put out the information to make things work out. And, you know, it didn't go as bad as thought, but still, you had very best of intentions and you had reasons behind it. You got to get back your stability is what I'm getting here. Because somebody is using this against you and shaking your tree a bit too much. And it's getting you to doubt yourself too much. Once you get your stability back, you can start stepping forward and moving forward again. I just feel like whoever this person is who's taking the reins and just driving you away from the situation and taking control, they're shaking your... I just feel like they're oppressing you. I really feel like whoever this is, and don't get caught up in the gender, whoever it is I feel like they're kind of oppressing you and trying to take away your power so they can keep it. They're trying to keep you down there so that they can stay up here. So just be aware of that. You might need a moment where you kind of have to take a little mini vacation and really think it through for yourself and realize, you know what? That was one situation. Guess what? I'm human. Not going to be perfect. It's not going to happen. Nobody is. And regaining your strength and standing back up and like, you know what? Yeah, I made a mistake because you know what? I'm human. It happens. I'm supposed to make mistakes. Don't let that one mistake hold you down. Just get your stability back. I feel like that's what this is mostly about. Getting your stability back. All right. I feel like we're set here. I think this is it. So I'm going to wrap this up here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.